Imagine waking up one morning and feeling like your legs are made of rubber. Every step, every move, feels just a little harder than it used to. You might brush it off, thinking, maybe I just slept funny, or I'm just a little tired today. But what if that small weakness was actually a warning? A warning that your legs, your foundation for living freely, walking proudly, and standing tall, were slowly losing their power without you even realizing it? Last month, Richard, a proud 69-year-old Navy veteran from Texas, experienced just that. He had always considered himself strong. After all, he survived basic training, raised 3 kids, and built his own porch with his bare hands. But when he tried to help his granddaughter move a box of books, his legs buckled. It wasn't the weight. It was the realization that something deeper was happening inside his body, something he had ignored for far too long. The scariest part? It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't just old age. It was a set of everyday mistakes, simple things that had slowly drained the strength from his legs, like a slow leak you don't notice until the tire is completely flat. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 hidden mistakes that are silently destroying your leg strength. Most seniors make at least 3 of these without even realizing it. And the third one? It's the most dangerous of all because it's something you might think is actually keeping you healthy. But first, let me ask you, if your legs could speak right now, would they tell you they feel strong and supported? Or would they whisper a warning? Let's find out together, because the truth is, it's never too late to protect the freedom your legs give you. The first mistake that quietly erodes your leg strength is sitting too much without enough movement. Margaret, a spirited 72-year-old from Illinois, loved her afternoons by the window. She'd sit for hours knitting beautiful scarves, sipping sweet tea, and watching the birds dance around her backyard. It was her little sanctuary, her peaceful escape from the busy world. But over time, Margaret noticed something unsettling. Standing up from her armchair became a struggle. Her knees would crack, her hips would ache, and her balance felt less certain each week. At first, she blamed it on getting older. That's what we're all taught, right? That weakness and stiffness are inevitable after a certain age. But that's not the full story. When you sit for long periods, whether watching TV, reading, or scrolling through your phone, your muscles literally begin to forget how to support you. It's called muscle atrophy, and it happens faster than you might think. In fact, studies show that after just 1 week of being sedentary, seniors can lose as much as 10% of their muscle strength. Imagine your leg muscles like the rubber bands in an old slingshot. If you never stretch them, never use them, they dry out, weaken, and eventually snap. That's what happens inside your body when you stay still too long. And unfortunately, many seniors who live independently fall into this trap without even realizing it. The consequences are serious. Weaker muscles mean greater instability, slower reaction times, and higher risk of falls that can lead to fractures, hospital stays, and even loss of independence. But the solution is refreshingly simple. Movement is medicine. Every 30 to 45 minutes, make it a personal mission to stand up. Take a few steps across the room. Roll your ankles. Stretch your calves by lifting your heels off the floor. You don't need a gym or fancy equipment, just a reminder that your body was built to move. Think about those old Ford pickup trucks from the 60s. If they sit in the garage too long, the tires flatten, the oil settles, and the engine seizes up. But if you drive them a little every day, they stay alive, humming with energy. Your legs work the same way. And here's a quick tip you can try right now. Stand up from your chair without using your hands. Feel how your legs engage? That simple act alone can fire up muscles you haven't used in hours. Don't let your favorite chair become your trap. A little movement now could mean a lot more freedom later. But what's even worse is ignoring the warning signs your body is already sending you. The second mistake that can quietly destroy your leg strength is ignoring early signs of weakness and pain. James, a 71-year-old retired electrician from Pennsylvania, spent most of his life climbing ladders, fixing wires, and standing tall under the open sky. He was proud of his sturdy legs. They had carried him through decades of hard, honest work. So when he started feeling little twinges in his knees and ankles, he brushed them off with a laugh. Just old age, he'd tell his wife. nothing I can't handle. But the truth was, James's body was trying to tell him something important, something urgent. And by the time he finally paid attention, the damage had already taken root. Pain, stiffness, and weakness are not random punishments handed down by age. They are early warning signs, your body's version of flashing red lights on the dashboard. Ignore them long enough, and what could have been a simple fix can spiral into serious problems. Chronic joint inflammation, nerve compression, and muscle degeneration. Many seniors like James believe that admitting to pain is a sign of weakness. That's a dangerous lie. In reality, recognizing and responding to discomfort is a powerful act of strength. It shows you're listening to your body and giving yourself the care you deserve. Here's something most doctors don't tell you. Small pains today often predict big falls tomorrow. If your knees hurt when you stand, if your calves cramp during short walks, if your ankles feel stiff in the mornings, these aren't just annoyances. They're warnings that your foundation is weakening. So what can you do? Start by keeping a simple body journal. Every evening, jot down how your legs felt during the day. Was there stiffness after sitting? Sharp pain after walking? A feeling of heaviness? Patterns will begin to emerge, and catching them early can mean the difference between a quick recovery and a long, difficult rehabilitation. And don't be afraid to seek professional help. A good physical therapist or geriatric doctor can assess your strength, balance, and flexibility and guide you toward exercises and treatments that restore your confidence. Try this quick test right now. Stand near a sturdy chair. Close your eyes for just 5 seconds and lift one foot slightly off the ground. If you wobble, or if your standing leg trembles, that's a sign your balance and strength need attention. Since you're still watching, that tells me you're serious about protecting your legs and your future. So why not take a second to subscribe? Every week, we share practical, real-life tips to help you stay strong, steady, and free. And the next mistake is one most seniors think is helping them, but it's actually doing the opposite. The third mistake that silently robs your leg strength is believing that walking alone is enough exercise. Linda, a 67-year-old grandmother from sunny California, took pride in her morning walks. Every day, she would stroll through her neighborhood, greeting neighbors, admiring the roses blooming along the sidewalks, feeling the cool breeze against her skin. She believed that as long as she kept walking, she was keeping herself strong and healthy. But Linda noticed something strange. Despite her daily walks, her legs began feeling weaker. She struggled more to climb stairs. She found herself grabbing onto railings, catching her breath at the top. "I don't understand," she confided to her daughter one afternoon. "I walk every day. Why am I still losing strength?" Here's the hard truth that few people talk about. Walking is wonderful for your heart, your lungs, and your spirit. But walking alone is not enough to maintain or build the deep muscle strength that your legs need to stay powerful and stable. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. Without resistance, without challenge, our muscles slowly shrink and weaken. Walking, while important, doesn't provide enough resistance to truly strengthen the large, supportive muscles of your thighs, hips, and calves. Imagine an old oak tree. It can sway gently in the wind for years, looking beautiful, but if the roots underneath are weakening, one strong storm can bring it crashing down. Your legs are like those roots. You might not notice the weakening at first, but eventually it shows up in ways you can't ignore. The solution is simple and powerful: strength training. And no, you don't need a gym membership, heavy weights, or intimidating equipment. Basic movements like chair squats, standing calf raises, gentle lunges, and even stepping up onto a low step can rebuild your leg strength quickly and safely. Try this. Stand behind a sturdy chair. Slowly lower yourself into a half squat, just as if you were about to sit down, then rise back up. Feel those thigh muscles working? That's what builds real strength, the kind of strength that keeps you climbing stairs, carrying groceries, dancing at family weddings, and living without fear. Linda added just 5 minutes of leg-strengthening exercises to her daily routine. In 3 months, she wasn't just walking, she was striding confidently, tackling hills she used to avoid, and lifting her grandkids with joy. Don't settle for surviving. Choose thriving. Adding a few simple exercises today could mean keeping your independence for years to come. And remember, you're not too old to grow stronger. The body, even at 60, 70, 80 years old, can adapt, can heal, and can surprise you in ways you never imagined. But be careful, because even if you're exercising, if you're walking incorrectly, you could be doing more harm than good. The fourth mistake that slowly breaks down your legs, even while you're trying to stay active, is walking incorrectly and damaging your joints. Richard, our proud Navy veteran from Texas, believed he was doing everything right. Every morning, like clockwork, he would walk to the corner diner for his favorite coffee and a slice of pie. But as the months rolled by, he noticed a troubling change. His knees ached more often. His hips felt stiff after even short walks. Sometimes, his ankles would wobble slightly on uneven sidewalks. "I guess I'm just wearing out," he muttered to himself, trying to brush it off. The truth is, Richard wasn't simply wearing out because of age. He was wearing out because of how he was moving. Poor posture and faulty walking mechanics are silent destroyers. They sneak up on you without warning. Small mistakes, like leaning your upper body too far forward, dragging your feet instead of lifting them, locking your knees stiffly with each step, or rolling your ankles inward, can place enormous stress on your joints. Little by little, these bad habits grind away at your knees, hips, ankles, and even your lower back, setting you up for chronic pain and instability. Think about your body like a classic Route 66 road trip car. If one wheel is slightly misaligned, the car doesn't ride smoothly. Tires wear unevenly. The steering pulls dangerously to one side. And eventually, the entire vehicle suffers. Your body works the same way. Small misalignments in the way you walk can cause major damage over time. There's an easy check you can do right now, without any fancy tools. Stand up tall wherever you are. Feel your head reaching gently toward the ceiling, your shoulders rolled back softly, and your stomach slightly engaged. Then take a few slow steps forward. Notice your movements carefully. Are your feet pointing straight ahead or turning out like a duck? Are you lifting your knees confidently or barely shuffling along the ground? Are you stepping lightly from heel to toe or slapping your feet flat against the floor? These small clues tell a big story about how your body is supporting you or failing you. If you find that your posture is off, don't panic. Bodies are incredibly adaptable. Gentle corrections, practiced consistently, can retrain your muscles and nerves to move in healthier, more powerful ways. Simple daily drills like slow heel-to-toe walking along a hallway, light ankle mobility exercises, and hip strengthening routines can rebuild better walking mechanics. Even 5 minutes a day can make a meaningful difference over time. And if you're serious about keeping your legs strong for the long run, consider asking a physical therapist to watch you walk. They can catch things your mirror never will and guide you towards small adjustments that protect your freedom. Since you're still with me, that tells me you're committed to making real changes. Take a second to like this video if you're learning something valuable. It helps us keep bringing you more tips to protect your strength and independence. But get ready, because the next mistake doesn't happen while you're walking. It happens inside your own kitchen, and it might be weakening your muscles from the inside out without you even realizing it. The fifth mistake that silently eats away at your leg strength happens not through movement, but through something much more invisible: poor nutrition that starves your muscles and bones. Margaret, who we met earlier, was a master of old Southern recipes. Her Sunday dinners were legendary: fried chicken, buttery mashed potatoes, sweet cornbread, and tall glasses of iced tea. The meals filled the house with laughter and memories. But what Margaret didn't realize was that even though her heart was full, her muscles were being starved. Most seniors don't think much about muscle nutrition. After all, aren't muscles just about exercise? But the truth is, your muscles are living tissue, and just like any living thing, they need proper fuel to survive, repair, and grow. Without enough high-quality protein, essential vitamins, and minerals, even the best exercise routines can fall flat. Protein is especially crucial. After the age of 60, our bodies become less efficient at processing protein. That means you actually need more of it, not less, to maintain strength. Without enough, muscles shrink, energy levels dip, and recovery after simple tasks like walking upstairs becomes harder. Calcium and vitamin D are equally vital, not just for your bones, but for your muscle contractions. Without them, your legs can feel heavy, weak, and more prone to injury. Magnesium and vitamin K2 play silent but critical roles too, helping your body build and maintain resilience. Think of your muscles like the engine of a classic 1965 Ford Mustang. It might look beautiful on the outside, but if you fill it with cheap fuel or neglect oil changes, the engine breaks down. Appearance doesn't matter, the inside tells the real story. Margaret's story changed when her doctor suggested a simple dietary shift. She started adding more grilled chicken, salmon, eggs, Greek yogurt, beans, and leafy greens to her meals. She replaced sugary snacks with almonds, berries, and small cubes of cheese. And she made sure to get some sunlight every morning, helping her body naturally produce more vitamin D. In just a few months, Margaret wasn't just feeling stronger. She was moving better, sleeping better, and feeling years younger. Here's something powerful you can do right now. Look at your plate. Is there a source of protein on it? Are there colorful vegetables? If not, it's time to make a change, not with drastic diets, but with small, loving upgrades to your daily life. Because every bite you take is either feeding your future or weakening your foundation. And the beautiful truth is, it's never too late. Even at 70, 80, or beyond, the body is ready to respond, ready to heal, ready to grow stronger if you give it the tools it needs. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll show you how all these pieces fit together and how you can reclaim the vibrant, active life you deserve. If you've made it here with me, it tells me something powerful about you. You're not someone who gives up. You're not someone who accepts weakness as fate. You are someone who still believes in strength, in dignity, in the beautiful possibility of living fully, no matter what the calendar says. Richard, Margaret, James, Linda, their stories are not unique. They are the quiet, everyday heroes among us. And their lessons are yours too. You've seen today that sitting too long can quietly steal your muscles. That ignoring small pains can turn whispers into screams. That walking alone, while good, isn't enough to keep your legs strong. That walking incorrectly can do more harm than good. And that what you put on your plate matters just as much as how you move your feet. These mistakes are common, but they are not permanent. And the best news? Every one of them can be corrected starting today. Imagine standing up tomorrow morning, feeling the strength in your legs return like a familiar friend. Imagine walking across the kitchen without grabbing for the counter. Imagine chasing your grandkids in the park, dancing at your anniversary party, climbing those front porch steps with pride and ease. That is not a fantasy. That is your body's natural reward when you listen, when you care, and when you choose action over surrender. And the beautiful part is, you don't have to do it alone. Here, in our community, we believe in protecting each other, lifting each other up, and celebrating every victory, no matter how small. So if you found even one thing helpful today, why not stay with us? Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Tell me which mistakes surprised you the most. Share your own story. You never know who you might inspire by speaking up. And if you can, like this video. It helps more people find their way back to the strong, steady life they deserve. Because you, my friend, are not defined by a number. You are defined by your spirit, your courage, and your choice to keep walking forward, one strong, steady step at a time. Your best years aren't behind you. They're still waiting for you. And they start today.